Hello, everybody. Welcome back again to our next round, to our fourth round of our Invitational from the MTGPL Legacy Discord, MTG Paper Legacy Discord, from our new
You're, you're
series.
getting there, dude.
Right?
You're getting there.
Yeah, sure. Right now we're having Dr. Leo joining me tonight. So you are here for the first two rounds. So, what do
Yeah.
you think from how did you like the third round, and what do you think about current matchup? Tensai versus Dalibar, we have Sneak and Show versus Abzan Reclaimer.
So first of all, the fact that Tensai hard cast a Omniscience last round actually kind of like blew me away. I mean, this is why I say I never leave home without two carpet of flowers on my board. If I'm in green, which y'all know me, I'm always in green. I am always just gonna be slamming two carpets of flowers, and that's why because you just get that exponential value from the card, and I love it. But this is gonna be a fun one. Both these players are trying to put fatties on the board, but I do believe Tensai is gonna be faster and more consistent at doing it.
I think that's a fair assessment. But I mean, if he just tries to play a show and tell early, just put in Emrakul, Absolute Reclaimer has a lot of tools to get Caracas and bounce it. So you have to be on the Grizzlebrand or on the Omniscience side.
Exactly, and this is gonna also be another place where sneak attack is really gonna play. Sneak attack has historically always been the way that this deck has gotten around the Caracas limitation because you can only you can only bounce it so many times before they're gonna be able to continuously activate it and be able to continuously put in an Emerald.
Okay.
So
But I've won against like Sneak and Show playing turn one, yeah, show and tell playing Emrakul, and then just put in a goal loss, fetch for Caracas, and so I mean it's not something that is like unlikely to happen. If you think you're on the play, you can be greedy.
yeah, exactly. So when it comes to this deck, the fact that when we look at Dalavor's deck, it has been consistently showing up. This deck is very good at what it does. It has all the tools, but there are some dead cards in this matchup. Things like Abrupt Decay don't play, Pithing Needle don't play. Even like the slow grind isn't going to do it because either way, once Seek and Show does its thing, assembles A plus B, it's game over. It's just how the game ends. And I really do think that the prioritization is either going to be do I have a Caracas or an Elvish Reclaimer in my opening hand? Because Elvish Reclaimer is going to be so important. That's the best turn one play in this entire game is turn one Elvish Reclaimer. The other question that Dalibor is going to have to ask is okay, if I don't have either of those two things to defend myself from losing at this very turn moment, we are going to have to look at okay, can I kill them faster than they can kill me? Because of the fact that this is a combo that doesn't require the stack. So cards like Force of Will and Daze are very much dead on Tensai side.
Back to the Pithing Needle, you can name Sneak Attack, so it's not a dead card.
It's not a totally dead card.
Yes.
It's just like you're gonna name Grizzlebrand, you're gonna name Sneak Attack, stuff like that. But it's very, it only buys you time because the redundancy of like, okay, you take away the Sneak Attack, they have the Show and Tell. So it's one of those things that, from what I've learned playing against Sneak and Show players all the time, it's always, always on top of their library, and they're always gonna have it.
Yeah, sometimes it'd be like that.
Yeah,
But if Tensai is winning this round, he gets to have some nice break, if I'm not mistaken. So
yeah. The winner of
if
this round gets to go into is has
one, two,
completed the.
three,
Yeah, so the winner of this round is our top bracket finals. Remember, this is double elimination. So if you go undefeated through the top bracket, you have to lose twice in the grand finals in order to lose. There has to be what's called a bracket reset. So we have anywhere between like two to maybe three more rounds left in this tournament. So hope you all are enjoying this and stick around for some more legacy content.
oh, there's definitely some magic left in us that we get to play today. So yeah, the winner will be sent down to the loser bracket. So it's still not like over for everybody, like for the player in this current match losing here right now. But
Yeah.
I'm interested interested to see how this is panning out because Sneak and Show, it seems to me they were in a really, really good position in a lot of matchup, which shows that it's in a good position meta-wise, but especially in this current meta that we are playing here today with our top 16 matchup from our Invitational.
Yeah, so this when we're looking at this whole top 16 spread, each one of these players had to prepare for different decks, different metas, of where they're going to be able to call like what sideboard slots are going to bring for this tournament. So each one of these players has really been fighting hard. And remember, this is double elimination. You have to go out twice in order to go out. These players could play against each other again coming into the grand finals. So anything could really happen. The lower bracket is where the Cinderella stories happen. Going down to the bottom, fighting the way to the top, like we saw last time. Champagne flipped the bracket. It can be done.
Yes, definitely. That was some real showing because Champagne had a really grindy deck and he had to fight through a lot of grindy long matches and he pulled through even through the bracket reset and he made it to the finals. He won twice and he was our invitational winner.
Yeah,
So
amazing turn 2 kill with green white depths. Now this is before green white depths even had Yavimaya. This was for green white depths was really like established and like still able to pull out turn 2 wins like it was nothing. Um like we had a really good invitation last year, and I'm really excited to see where Tensai is going to be. Tensai is always the player to beat. One of the top players on the Discord, very good at what he does, knows the decks that he plays very well. But last season came in with elves, was very much the surprise pick. Nobody put him on elves except for Mike because you talked with each other and got the list done. But nobody put him on elves, but that lack of experience with the deck did show in the finals. So now Tensai being on a deck that he knows, a deck that he consistently plays, it's really interesting to see what's going to happen coming into these finals.
that you also already piloted in the invitational. I mean,
Mhm.
you said last year invitational. We already had two invitationals this year, one in May and one in February, and Tensai was part in both of them. So that shows just how good he is, how much he plays, and how much experience he has by consistently winning and playing here. But to be honest, all of our 16 players are really good, and each one of them is really worthy of being part of our invitational today. So like
Oh
even
yeah.
if we're talking about some people being really good, like they are all really, really good Magic players.
Oh
So
yeah.
we are seeing the people starting. Tensai keeps his seven, like being in the top bracket, in the top seed. He gets to start, like or choose the starting player. Just Island Pass, Island Lotus Petal Pass,
Oh,
and Dalibor pitches his Wasteland to the Mox Diamond. Like seeing
I
how
like that. I like that because Wasteland is not really going to matter in this matchup. Your Wastelands are going to mostly be targeted at the Ancient Tombs because their colored mana sources are a single spells, and you can just do a lot of that with Lotus Petal. So Wasteland's not going to be as important as this in comparison to like a colored source.
End step brainstorm, those nice and fancy brainstorm art tokens that we also see in your background.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
something I can be envious of. I mean, I have a little bit of artwork hanging on my walls here, but I have no original magic art
Oh, it's
available
pretty
to me.
nice.
Yes.
It's pretty nice. I have quite the office here, and I'm very proud of it. I am a very lucky guy. But we do see here this brainstorm completed, but we don't see any other slamming of show and tell or anything like that because 3 men is always the pivotal point for show and tell. So what I'm assuming is Tensai is just sitting at a handful of cantrips, just going to do the normal show and tell things, and eventually find an A or B.
Yes. I mean, he knows that he has a few turns, most likely against Dalibor. Um, I mean, last invitation we saw the turn to Maudlash, but Tensai might have a lot of permission in his head too. So
Yeah, exactly. The reason why that turn 2 was able to happen is because there was no force will in this matchup. In this case, there's Daze and force will, but we're already seeing that Daze is not doing anything in this matchup.
Okay.
Okay, is
Inside
that
fetching.
okay? Is this an end step crack?
Uh,
I
I
think
think it's in response to the reclaimer on the stack.
okay. Going for the mountain. So that's always controversial when it comes to the sneak and show community. Is do you play the one off mountain and Tensai choosing to go with it, the two island one mountain, and I think that's really important for the deck to be able to play around that wasteland and have that guaranteed red source. What do you think about it?
I kind of like it because we there tends to be a lot of wasteland in our meta. So we have
Hmm.
a lot of these land-based strategies with Life from the Loam, Merodlash, crop rotation, and even if you don't know the decks beforehand, you can expect to be at least having like 3 or 4 people in the whole bracket being on this kind of game plan. And Tensai is
Okay.
reading the invitational like bracket really really well. So we see show and tell right here of Ancient Tomb.
Okay. Okay. Let's see it.
So we have
So
2 red sources lying there. Do you think there might be a
I'm really
sneak attack?
hoping. Yeah, exactly. I'm hoping this is a one mana reduce sneak attack with double sneak attack targets
Oh, this
because that
this might be over right here. Oh,
4 cards in hand.
he's there are 2 piles. Like one pile looks like this is what I put in and this is what I win with.
The That's the hidden text of show and tell. It also says discount 1 mana off of sneak attack. Are we gonna see it? Or we're gonna see an omniscience? We're gonna see show and tell. No, show and tell an Emrakul, Grizzle Daddy, Wasteland, and a Grizzle Daddy.
Okay.
Okay. So, that's not the worst feeling, and I do like Tensai just not going all the way deep ape already and paying the 7. You understand that this is a matchup where your opponent's untapping with a Elvish Reclaimer. Most likely that Grizzlebrand is not gonna stay for long. This is
Yes.
basically a draw 7 or draw 14.
I think draw 7 might be enough because if you draw a bad 7, um, you still have the Ancient Tomb on the battlefield. Your life total does matter, and he might be able to like sneak in some kind of small attacker. Like if he just cooperates for the Caracas, he might be able to
Ooh,
move.
okay, so this is the one answer I do not like.
I
Because of
mean,
the
he
fact
can
that
cycle draw 7, gain 7, and he has a fresh new hand, and then we are back to the last turn. So I don't see this as a big problem.
is this end step? Is this
So Tensai activated Grizzleman goes down to 10, and this is in response to the activation.
my question is at one point is the swords on? Did Dalibor untap yet? Or is
No,
this
no, no.
on Tensai's
This is
end
still
step?
Tensai's turn after the show and tell.
Okay. That's what I was afraid of. So in that case, I would pay the I don't know if I would pay the 14 because of the fact that you're gonna have to discard so many of your cards. You want to hold up protection as well as you want to hold up being able to put another combo piece into play. So I probably only go 7 deep.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, this is something because now he can cooperate for Caracas and might attack for lethal with the Reclaimer. This is
Ooh. Oh, did he did
he
Tensai
went down
say
to 3. He
is
is down
Tensai
to
down to
3.
3?
He's down to 3. He activated in response
Oh,
again.
that's dirty. Oh, that's dirty.
Oh, it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Woo!
So what do we how do you get out of this? This
Oh,
is really really good.
Dalibor.
Like this is the sequencing I was talking about. You don't even need to tap the reclaimer if you have Caracas with crop rotation. Bounce the
Ooh.
Grizzlebrand.
And there's 3 lands in the yard. There's 3 lands.
Oh
Dalibor's
yes.
untapping with lethal on board.
I mean, to be honest, Tensai will still dwarf 14 cards.
That is a line. That is a line that like I did not see. That is impressive.
But Tensai only needs one more petal, and then he can show and tell. Maybe find Omniscience, cast
It
Emrakul.
does
So
that I'm
depending on the
guessing this
14 cards.
is this end step or is this main phase?
No, no, this is still main phase. This is just after the show and tell.
Okay, we need to check because the only way that this would happen if like during the next pass of priority and Tensai didn't do anything, so we
No,
go back to
Tensai, we had the show and tell, and Tensai activated Grizzlebrand. Then we had the swords on the stack,
Mhm.
and
Oh, okay, okay,
yes, and
okay.
then
I see. Hey, so Tensai activated right away.
yes.
Okay, this is
Ten,
insane.
Tensai is looking, and it does not seem like even some Ragavan might be a good blocker right here.
Yeah, like at least it blocks you. It gives you another turn. This is brutal. That was some heads up plays. Like that's a sign that someone's played against Sneak and Show before. Knows what your outs are, knows what you could do in hand, and like that is some heads up gameplay. Get this shit in any other format. I dare you. Like what else? What other format can you do something like this in?
Oh, there's not so many formats that have this kind of information. But like Tensai is looking, thinking.
Oh, is this gonna be Tensai's his first trip down to the lower bracket in the Invitational series? Oh, can Dalibor steal game one?
This would be so awesome to see. Like this is top
This
notch.
this is some heads up magic here. This you don't see this anywhere else in any other format. Like this is the type of stuff that like eh, you really have to be around, and you see this type of stuff. These are the top 16 players of the Discord and of 2,700 people. People consistently playing leagues, tournaments, that people from all around the world who specialize in decks and build and play on this Discord, like that are love Legacy. They've been playing this game in this format for a long time, and these players right here have beaten out all the rest. And this is where you see the cream rising to the top. These players are so impressive, and I think Tensai is looking here and is just like, I don't know.
I think he's just
I think it might
like
be GG's. I think you
uh,
can play a Ragavan to block, and that's really just it.
I think there might be a cantrip coming.
Yep.
Yep. That's rough.
This is so cool. This
But
is
even
this.
even even if you place Ragavan, there's a Caracas on the board. So
Mhm.
Ragavan is a
Oh, it's a
legendary.
Ragavan's a legendary as well.
Yeah. That's
I don't think Tensai has a single out here. I'm looking at the deck list.
that's why I said like drawing the 14 is greedy because like if you just reset and go back to
Mhm.
17 life with 7 new cards in hand, you can still win here. But
So Frodo, we're not playing through Spell Table. Since everything is being streamed right now, they're looking at their OBS Ninja feeds for the stream. But most people play through our Discord, through the VCs. We have different tables set up. We also have players who do sometimes play through Spell Table. But most of the time, if you're hitting the LFG channel, you're just gonna go hop into one of our inner VCs or event tables or anything like that. Like we have tons of space for people to play. And sometimes people do set up spell table games.
okay.
Yeah, so hit exclamation point Discord in the chat and come hang out.
Yeah. It
Oh,
seems
I
to be.
think yeah, I think Tensai is realizing that the only play left is to hope that your opponent doesn't realize that Ragavan is a legendary monkey.
Yes, but I think with Dalibor, there's
Oh, there's
he's a
no
really
way.
good player now. There's no way that
There's no
this is
way.
we can prepare going into round number 2 here. Or do you
Okay, number
see
two.
Tensai getting out of this situation in any
No.
kind of way?
Uh, Tensai got Grizzle punished. This is like it's one of those things that you have to ask yourself, like, well, I put Grizzlebrand into play. How did I lose? Well, your opponent outplayed you. That's how. And yeah, I mean, he doesn't have any stifles. He doesn't have.
Nope.
I mean, Veil of Summer doesn't protect from Caracas. He's at 3. Yeah, Dalibor is just thinking, how is this going to go bad for me? Yeah, be honest, just like yeah, get it on a T-shirt or trademark that
He needs
Grizzle
some abrupt
punished.
decay maybe? Yeah.
Yeah, abrupt decay just in case. I mean, might as
I
well
mean,
use it
I
on
I
the
think
only legal target in the deck.
I mean, if you don't have anything else to do with your mana, you might as well keep the Caracas open. If Tensai has any way to get out of this to get rid of the next Grizzlebrand or Emrakul. But
Ooh. Someone at Jerry Me and send him that clip. Oof, Daddy got Grizzle punished. So,
it looks like we are storming back here. So don't mind if I just vanish immediately. Then I got some nice immediate electricity visiting.
try not to get too messed up out there in Germany, but I got a couple of questions for you. What do you want to bring in for the sideboard here for Tensai? We got 2 Carpet of Flowers, 2 Craft Digger's Cage, 1 Flusterstorm, 1 Engineered Explosives, 1 Pithing Needle, 1 Defense Grid, 2 Pyroblast, 2 Blood Moon, 1 Sorcerer Spyglass, 1 Pyroclasm, and 1 Through the Breach. What do you like here?
I like explosives because you can just play them turn 1, get rid of the Reclaimers, or get rid of anything that's like cheap that Dalibor might put on the battlefield. He also plays like Shadow Spear, Pithing Needle, and so there are a few options. Pithing Needle to name some lands. Pyroclasm maybe. Blood Moon is Blood Moon and Through the Breach are the cards that I'm really looking forward to here.
Yeah, I really like Blood Moon here. This is the matchup odds for. I'll share this story anytime I ever see Depths versus Show and Tell. My LGS, 2 of the mainstay legacy players, love them to death today. Kevin and Darius, roommates, everything like that. Longtime legacy players, Show and Tell and Turbo Depths players. And I'll never forget the time when Kevin boldly cast Show and Tell into Darius's as Thespian stage Dark Depths. Like he had Thespian Stage Dark Depths on board. And Darius looks at him and goes, resolves. You know what he puts in?
Moon.
Blood Moon.
Oh yes, that's
Brutal.
that's what he
Whole
had.
whole shop just erupts because final match of the day, and it just like whole shop loses their shit, and it's one of the best plays I've ever seen. Blood Moon automatic bring in here.
Okay, so players are still sideboarding.
So
Do
for
we have?
Dalibor, we got 3 Thoughtseize, 1 Tabernacle, 2 Veils, Veil Summer, 2 Chokes, 2 Endurance, 2 Plague Engineer, 1 Collector Roof, Soul Guide Lantern, and 1 Knight of Autumn. What do you
So
like?
I see a few cards here. Choke and Knight of Autumn. Knight of Autumn is the best card for show and tell. I mean, you can put it in because if he puts in the Omniscience, you just have the backup. Kind of
Exactly.
want to have it as a backup. Thoughtseize really good to see where you're at and just what you can get rid of if you have to. What do you have to keep open as far as interaction goes? Veil of Summer maybe. And I don't
I
think
don't really like Veil here. I feel like Veil is very I the only time I like it is protecting your crop rotations. Like, other than that, like, and what other thing are you gonna try into like one for one the force of will, basically? I mean, if I'm Tensai in this, I'm almost like even considering like shaving down, maybe like I'm definitely shaving down the dazes, like cutting or like shaving down dazes.
okay. Yeah, I think so. Days is something that you can cut down on. Um, maybe Swords to Plowshares. Do you keep it in? Abrupt Decay. Do you keep it in?
No,
Because
you
I
cut
think
the abrupt decays.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
that's
like you have 3 major cuts here, so I like bringing in the 2 chokes. I actually love Thoughtseize against,
yeah.
so oh, everybody knows I can disruption. I Piccolo. Oh, 31352. Thank you for the follow. But, I like hand disruption against, Sneak Show decks because oftentimes they will have A, but they need to search for B.
Yeah.
So if you're able to take away A, so they have to find A plus B, it's much more difficult and it gives you time that you need in order to kill your opponent.
I think the Sylvan Safekeeper is a safe card because there's nothing you need to protect against.
Mhm, exactly.
And I don't know if you really need the Shadow Spear because Tensai, like if Tensai has a creature, you most likely will not trample over it,
Yeah, that's
and
true.
life
That's
total is
very true.
dependent on one side. So
Ooh.
maybe you prefer the Soul Guide Lantern just to turn an Urza Saga into a draw effect. But
Yeah,
that's
maybe.
it's a maybe. It's a maybe. I think I would keep in the Shadow Spear because you can um like he's still playing Ragavan.
Yeah, exactly. Hey,
Okay.
so if uh, do we have a keep from players? Tensai keeping on 7,
Yes.
Dalvor's keeping on 7. All right, we're starting it
We
off.
also have a
Ooh,
small update from the other matches. So it looks like Murphy and Food Chain won the first match against Turbo on Jeskai Delver. And it might be like Greg's won one game against with Sneak and Show against Cosmic Coil and Bomberman. And it might be that they also finished the second time, also Rex and Sneak and Show taking down both games. So you might see the mirror again.
Aaron, look! Turn 1 Blood Moon on the play.
Nice. Okay.
What just did Tensai just win this game on turn 1?
Maybe. So we have a mountain on Dalibar's side, and we have we see the Wagavan.
GG's game over.
Okay.
GG's game over. This is
Holy guacamole. So how many basics do you play on Dalibar's side? He has
Oh,
one single forest.
they have forest and the plains.
Uh,
No wait, I'm only seeing a plains. Where's the forest?
Oh, if he finds another no, Flagstones doesn't trigger, so that's
No, it's a mountain. It's a mountain. Oh yeah, I see a forest and a plains. Okay, so we got a forest and a
okay.
plains in the deck, and now we got Ragavan fixing for. Ooh, ooh,
Oh, this could be
ooh. That's a
blue
Mox
fixing.
Diamond. Oh, if I have a land in hand, I'm 100% playing that. Oh, oh, oh! That was
Nice.
beautiful. Okay, we'll have to get a better way to, like,
Can
demonstrate
we
that,
get
but,
our
like,
streamer to put something on the field so that at least our
yeah,
viewers can see the mocks? Oh,
yeah, just,
he's right
flip
on
it
it.
over or something
Thanks.
like that.
Immediate response. We have the best streamer here, so thanks a lot, Mr. Jack Dax in our background, doing the words,
Do
the Lord's
doing the
work.
Lord. Oh, that was probably one of the best Ragavans I've ever seen in my life. That was so good. And Tensai went down, 1, 2, 3, 4 cards and turn 1. 4 cards on turn 1, had the best turn 2 play into the best turn 3 hit. Like, honestly, like, I think Tensai just won this on turn 1. Like,
Yes.
that was one of the most ballsy all-in plays I've ever seen on this stream, and I gotta respect, real gotta respect real.
Yes. I mean, let's see on Dalibar's side. So, I
Ooh, what is
mean, hitting a Mox Diamond would have saved him there,
Oh!
but
That's the basic
Tensai,
forest!
it is?
That's the basic forest!
Oh, he hit the basic forest. He
He
hit
hit
the
the
Mox
basic
Diamond,
forest.
and then he hit the
He hit the
basic
Mox
forest.
Diamond and then hit the oh my god, this is the greatest Ragavan I've ever seen in my entire life. This is just the best hits.
Oh, I'm not sure I like the show and tell because
I do.
this allows. Okay, maybe we just have. Okay, maybe I like it. Maybe I like it not because now Dalibor has a blocker available.
No, that blocker is gonna blow up that omniscience. Tensai
Yes.
realizing Tensai
No, he cannot.
realizing,
Yeah,
oh, that feels bad. Oh,
because Dalibor had no way to do anything right now, and Tensai could have just killed him over the next 5 turns, or even just hard cast the Omniscience, because he just gets more treasures and treasures, and every turn is another treasure.
I think that might have actually ended the game for Tensai. I think Tensai was thinking, "Oh, I could finish this game faster and, like, not give my opponent the timeout." I think if Tensai would've looked at the deck list for a second and realized that, you know, Dalibor does not have any more green mana, like, no
Yes.
more access to that, and if that would have been, like, even yeah, that was, like, the best thing to put in, exactly as you said. This game has just gone back and forth already, and now I don't know who's winning.
I mean, Tensai is still slightly favored because he can cast his spells, and Dalibor can't ever attack because he needs to block Ragavan. Except maybe Tensai found a second Ragavan and can just cast
Did
it.
did Tensai just do the Arthur shaking meme? Oh, yeah, Oliver, that was a good show and tell because the show and tell player had their omniscience blown up. That's always the best feeling. But that's that was just so, man, it was very close. It was very,
So
very close.
if Dalibor ever gets the chance to get rid of this Blood Moon, there's he has some mana sitting there.
Yeah.
Tensai is down to single card in hand, I guess.
So there's one more Mox Diamond left in the deck that can cast green spells. After that, it's
Yep.
That's it. It's I've been looking through this entire thing. It is literally the one Mox Diamond left that's able to cast anything. And if I'm Dalibor, I am holding a land for that in preparation.
What do you
All
see?
right,
Sneak? Oh,
we're seeing a sneak
yes.
attack. Okay, so Tensai did find a second piece of the combo, facilitated once again by that Mox Diamond rip. Like that was still once again the monkey had done the damage. And we're seeing an activation, sneak attack.
Is it Grizzlebrand or is it Emrakul? What do you think?
I really hope it's Grizzlebrand.
Oh, it's
Okay.
Grizzle. We might see another one coming soon.
Yeah,
So that's
and
14 cards.
there's no piece of interaction that can possibly happen here. Dalibor has no colored mana sources whatsoever and no free spells. Besides, of course, endurance. Which I don't think I'd really be bringing endurance in this matchup because you can't block it if you evoke it.
Hmm. Yeah, it's not really. I mean, you only bring endurance in at this point if you have more cards that you really want to cut. But to be honest, this match is intense because I'm not even sure what I am supposed to say here because we just have to wait and see what the players are doing because
I think Tensai going for the win right here, trying to find the Emrakul is the correct play, though. There's no way to be punished on this. You can't have that what happened in game one to happen again. So because of that, I do think going for the win is great. The problem is the fact that if you don't find, oh, okay, this is what I was exactly about to say. If you don't find that other creature, you're gonna have to end up chump blocking with that Ragavan because this his knight actually turns into a clock.
I mean he had 3 blue mana left that he could have used to play. Oh, maybe he's just casting show and tell into Emrakul. No, he would have. He would have.
He would have put it in. He would have put it
Yeah.
in. Oh, show and tell into omniscience though? That's not the worst feeling. Yeah, and there's no more knights.
Reliquary is tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Knight of the Reliquary, but I mean that being said, once again,
It's a 2/2.
Tensai, you better win this turn, otherwise you might actually die.
I mean, he just drew 7 more cards, so
Pithing Needle. Okay, that's gonna name Knight. These have been the most dangerous show and tells I've ever seen cast. Yeah, Needle and Knight of the Reliquary, obviously. Now we're seeing a
okay.
Ponder for the shuffle. Tensai is just digging for one of the 3 Emrakuls left. But, I mean, at this point, I wouldn't even, like, be angry to find a Grizzlebrand, because at least if you cast a Grizzlebrand, you can just Legend Rule it and then keep the one that's not gonna be sacrificed at the end of the turn.
He's digging deep.
Yeah, and what was exactly what you said, that moon is here to stay. The only reason why these oh my gosh, still another shuffle. Where are these Emrakuls or another Grizzlebrand?
I mean, it's writing on the wall. Like he's tipping the deck. Let's see. I think
There's
there are
no
some more
intuition in the deck.
cantrips coming. There's
There's
no
no
intuition. You just
intuition.
have Ponder, Brainstorm, Preordain.
Okay, dig 3 deeper.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Come on. Anything? Yes,
Come
no,
back.
maybe so? Do we have the Emrakul? Do we have the flying spaghetti monster? No, we have to dig 1 more deeper. No, that being said, I probably would have wanted to organize to
The shuffles.
sequence my I would wanna sequence my cantrips brainstorms first and then into ponders. Because now exactly what we're seeing here, we're only seeing 1 card deeper.
I mean,
So
every Ponder looks you 4 cards deep if you shuffle. So he was able
oh, okay,
to.
here we go.
Yeah.
There we go. It just took some serious digging for it.
Yes.
Wow.
Um, like a Ponder looks 4 cards deep, a Brainstorm looks 3 cards deep. So with 2 Brainstorm, that's 12 cards that he can look into his library. If you play Ponder, like Brainstorm, Ponder, you just look also 4 cards deep with 2 cards, and then you can shuffle away 2 cards.
Yeah,
Then you can Ponder again and then Brainstorm. Then you look 7 cards, so that's 11 cards that you look deep. So technically speaking, he's looking 1 card deeper with this sequencing that he did.
truth. Here's the thing though, and Oliver brings this up, and this is very important. Dalibor being on the play is huge going into game 3. Like, this is massive going in simply because of the fact that Tensai is gonna be a turn slower. So, like, definitely can fetch basics, can definitely play around it, can keep a hand that won't, just get Blood Moon to death. But that game 2 was decided on turn 1 with turn 1 Blood Moon.
Yes, definitely. And this time around, Dalibor can just keep keep land with any like hand with a fetch land, grab his green mana, and then he's safe. That's not something that he had the option to do the last one. To
Yeah,
do last round.
exactly. Hey, I do think the fact that this will give Dalibor the chance to really be able to set up the mana, and that's gonna be important, is setting up that mana and getting that turn 1 Elvish Reclaimer. If there's a turn 1 Elvish Reclaimer, you're pretty much okay. But when it comes to, setting up for mana, I would also like to see a Mox Diamond hand if possible, to just try and power out, your entire game plan way faster. Are both players keeping on 7 again? Wow. Okay, let's do this. All right, Dalbor on the play. Fetching Reclaimer. Okay, there we go. Turn 1 Reclaimer on the play is big because this is going to make sure that on turn 2, Dalibor can just start slamming a Caracas into play.
And there we see the forest. This is. But maybe Tensai has some. I mean, you have a little bit of time, and you can set up. You can play Brainstorm Ponder, and fix your hand. And if Dalibor doesn't have the answer, Tensai might just win and do sneak and show things. But
Yeah,
this looks
I,
like it's going to be some nice magic round.
yeah, I agree. It's very much one of those. It's very play draw dependent, but at the same time, you can't let either of these players have an excessive amount of time. Either one of them can win through a combo at a very fast rate, but either one of them can interact continuously with it. I mean, of course, we do have the one pyroclasm which can just end games, and there's even an entire possibility that you can just get through the breached in this matchup.
Definitely. This is, I mean, Through the Beach and Sneak Attack are kind of along the same line. So,
Yeah, you're not wrong. Um, I I also think I'd probably want engineered explosives in this matchup, just as another way to just blow up these Elvish Reclaimers. Because as we clearly see, they can just sit here with a Caracas up, and you can't win through a Cunning Wish line like you can with like other Seek and Shell builds.
Hotel, yeah. Like, no, uh, Omni Show. That's the name. Omni Show and Sneak and Show. I always mix up those two.
So we do have some early results as well. So right now, Cosmic Coil and Rax have finished it up. It's Rax finishing up 2-0 versus Cosmic Coil on Bomberman. So Cosmic Coil is out against now and unfortunately going out versus Sneak and Show. And then Malfi on Food Chain has just beaten Turbo, who's on Jeskai Delver 2-0. Food Chain back at it.
Oh, yes, let's. We will see. I mean, these are some
Ooh.
fine combo decks with Sneak and Show here, Sneak and Show there, Food Chain over there, and like beating a lot of FedEx today. But oh, Thoughtseize, that's great.
Okay. Okay, I
Uh,
don't mind this. So you forced your opponent to tap out of 2 mana this turn to go find Caracas. And it was if you are able to set up where your opponent can only take an A or a B, but you have a backup of either of those, you could win on this next turn. It's entirely possible.
uh, the Tensai, I mean, it's an A B combo deck. If you really want to put down A and B, you still need to develop your mana. So,
So Frodo, I don't think it's incredibly bad. I think like what this is showing to me is that Tensai is confident in his hand enough that there might be some sort of play involved with this. So we do see fast mana in the form of Lotus Petal, but I don't know because he's gonna draw one piece. Yeah, definitely the take here is Brainstorm.
do you attack in or do you? I mean, Tensai could dash in with Vagavan because I don't know. You can dash it in, attack, find a card, and
I mean,
still use it.
dashing is essentially free because of the fact that you get the mana back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
okay. I don't hate that. Yeah, I don't hate the confidence in the block here.
okay. Ooh.
Ooh, okay. Do you name the Elvish Reclaimer? Okay,
Yes.
that's the reason why the Brainstorm had to hide.
And but the Reclaimer is going to be a 3/4 pretty soon, I guess, because I mean, you have Caracas, you have fetch lands. There are already 2 lands in the yard. So the Vagavan might not be as good as you think. So, and we have a really good blocker here. In
Yeah,
a 2/1 world, a 3/4 blocker is a giant.
exactly. I fully agree. The most important part about Reclaimer though is the ability to find that Caracas. So that is the nice part, but I mean, you have a little bit of time here. Your opponent did not clear the brainstorm. So you know that they're pretty much clear for A or B. Ooh, I also like Sylvan Library versus the
It's going
Ragavan.
to resolve because we know Tensai's hand. This might be like a longer value game, and I think Dalibor can be kind of aggressive with his life totals because we know that there's no show and tell in his hand and no big threat, and Tensai needs to draw 2 more cards.
Look at Malfi coming in here, prepared and ready for the next round. Nice to hear, homie.
Congratulations, Melfi, and also good, like well done on Tovo's side to like coming this far in our invitational bracket and like even being here. So thanks to all the players who are already out for participating, and I hope we can see you around in the next invitational.
Oh yeah, I guarantee we're gonna see a lot of familiar faces next season. Though I'm always happy to see the new faces. Ooh, okay, Blood Moon.
Do you
So
think the cards that he
that's what
hit?
the hide
Yeah.
was. That's why the hide happened because as Tensai understood that have to daze this. Hopefully that scares him out of tapping out. You can hide the Pithy Needle and the Blood Moon, which are both important cards in this matchup, and you can put them on top and just take your time because you know that your opponent isn't going to get you. But that being said, these Elvish Proclaimers are very close to 3/4s, and your
Yeah.
opponent has both of their basics on the field.
Yes. I mean, he kind of needs the Knight of the Reliquary to get some lands into the graveyard. So this is something I like. Let's look at the list because right now it's only two 1/1s, like 1/2s that don't hit for much.
Yeah, I agree. Hey, it is going to be a slower clock, but it is still more of a clock than what Tensai has. Tensai doesn't even
Maybe.
have a plan here. The like as Frodo's pointing out, exactly the last two draws have been prescribed. There's no more cantrips, and Tensai is now behind on mana because both of his Lotus Petals are in the yard. It's not
We
the most.
see crop rotation
Oh, okay.
on the Bayou, so now we have 2/3/4. Oh, and we have Dark Depths. So if he gets access to
Oh, oh,
Mox,
oh, oh.
any kind of Moxen and Abrupt Decay, he probably bought it out Abrupt Decays
The
against.
the knight, the knight,
Oh yes, the Knight
the
is also an
knight.
option.
That must mean that knight's in hand because okay, so with the new layering of how Dark Depths and Blood Moon work, Blood Moon when it's on the stack and when it's on the board puts makes everything mountains. So when a Dark Depths enters the battlefield, it just becomes a mountain. It doesn't get counters or anything like that. So if you remove the Blood Moon, you then have a Dark Depths with no counters on it, and you instantly get a 20/20.
So we see a Dash Dragavan looking for answers. Oh no, this is not a
Oh,
creature.
yes, it is still a creature. It is still a
It
creature.
is.
It's a mountain dryad creature now. I have done this before. It does work, and yes, it happens. And everybody forgets about it.
But
Everybody forgets
he
about it.
has to. Doesn't he have to put it to his creatures and not to his lands? Like
Yeah,
technically speaking,
but it's been on the board.
no.
Yep.
No, no,
And
I'm not quite sure here because I mean we had this instance where I think it was Gable with Nassif had the same situation happening to him, and you have to play your creatures where your creatures are. We
mhm,
might have to like, yeah. Let's.
yeah, should be in the front
Yeah,
row.
okay. I mean, it's not a competitive event like
Yeah,
this,
but
but
it is a it's not sanctioned, and of course, but like
yes,
it is still a hold on 1 second. We'll pause the players. It's still
yes.
a yeah, yeah. And according to our table spotter, Dalibor had announced it and had
Okay.
okay.
I mean,
Okay. I mean, and it's definitely a like, hey, don't do that again. Keep it make sure it's up front.
yeah.
And
Okay, I
but
think I mean
I
our table spotter just came back to us and said that Dalibor announced it, which we are not able to hear here. So I guess Tensai was aware of the situation because he was made aware of that it's a blocker because it was
yeah,
played after the Blood Moon.
and Tensai will admit if if
Yeah,
it's like a hey, not sure that yes, and there's the knight, and then exactly what we were saying, knight happened, blows it up, Rex sages it, and then we got a 20/20 on the board.
And still cracking in for 6.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Merit Lage,
Wow.
Joe Burr. Yep,
I think there's no
and
way, yes.
Tensai getting his first loss ever that's not in a finals match in an invitational.
Oh,
Going down
really,
to the
really well
lower
done
bracket for the
by
first time
Dalibor.
ever. Oh, does this mean that we have a Sneak and Show mirror?
Oh, it could be.
Oh, this might be so in season 2, it opened up with a Rax versus Tensai Sneak and Show mirror. That would be awesome to revisit, and
I
it's gonna
just
answer the
got
question.
confirmation that it will not be a Sneak and Share mirror with that current
Damn,
bracket setup.
damn. Okay, Rax has to win 2 more rounds in order
Yes.
for and so Tensai, I think, goes down to the finals of the lower bracket?
Yes, and then in the next round we have Quirius against Rex, and it on like Rex on Sneak and Show, and Quirius should be on 4-color Brea.
So
And then
congratulations, though, to Dalibor making it to, the winners finals. So this was for the winners finals. Now Dalibor is going to be going directly to our grand finals. It's going to have a little bit of a break, and then whoever wins between Quiros and Rax, and then Eternal Surprise and Malfi, they have to face off against each other, and then they face off against Tensai. So Tensai's got a little bit of a break here. Get a little shake off those jitters, shake off that little bit of a loss, and then get back into it. Remember, everything is a double elimination. So we're gonna take a quick break, and then we'll be right back here with the next round,
yes,
everybody.
and the next round we will be gone. So I think Press, BOTW, and our boy Oliver will take over. So
Mhm.
if we don't see each other again tonight, it was a joy to be commentating today,
It was
and
a
I'll be
pleasure, my
following the
friend.
stream.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I hope you'll see
definitely.
us at some event in the next few days. We are playing every Saturday, and tomorrow morning, Sunday event, I will be hosting the event, being the tournament organizer.
I'm
So
gonna
I'll be
try
looking
and make
forward
it.
for any players.
I think I'm gonna try and make it because, I girlfriend's out of town for the weekend. I'm bachelor
Mm.
lifing it up, like, ooh, might be able
Oh,
to make
go
it.
for it.
Shake up the meta.